35, there was nothing out of the ordinary, nothing remarkable about my life. My days were very like one of those Baroque string quartets. Soothing, placid, repetitive. School years without protest or excess. Prom years. Not so much as a single evening's anarchy. My uncle, a Connecticut lawyer, was heard on the eve of my 19th birthday to raise a toast which described me in a positive way, he thought, as unsurprising. In college, an unexceptional college, I appreciated music, appreciated art. I was, if memory serves, a major in a subject whose actual point or content now escapes me. Cultural geography. Had I died at that time, perhaps of acute boredom, let us say, in the school cafeteria, eating peas, it would have been agreed by all who knew me that my epitaph should read, "She did as she was told." Blander yet, she did as she supposed she might be told. I met my husband, Arthur, at a festive tea held to honor the retiring faculty advisor of the Christian Youth Center. He proposed a toast. Great day, I think it was. And we were married 2 years later, after weekly dates shared out among 3 restaurants of vastly ordinary cuisine. We were, I'm sure, the last of our generation to save ourselves from marriage. We had 2 children, first a girl and then a boy. 2 job transfers, 2 homes, 2 subdivisions. And then on our 15th anniversary, Arthur left me, saying I had nothing further to give. I was, he said, unmarked by life. In the weeks that followed, I suffered most because I could not seem to suffer. I became an acolyte to sangria, made brief, nervous forays into singles bars, and one evening was walked to my car by a musician who suggested that we make love there in the parking lot between 2 yellow lines, as he so delicately put it, between sets. Well, I resisted, and much annoyed, he cut me. Here. I stood horrified and somewhat embarrassed, at sea in the midst of asphalt, staring at blood, drops of blood on my beige shoes. When the scar formed, this scar, I was astounded to find that for the first time, people looked at me, not unkindly, and with interest. And these were not the sort of people I'd known before. Oh no. These were interesting people. People not unmarked by life. My mark, my scar, made me somehow approachable. This blemish gave me confidence. And it occurred to me then, or very shortly thereafter, that perhaps it might be best to wear our lives upon our skin. And so I do. This serpent, the ritual likeness, is Muhammad Mustafa, who coiled his life around mine and taught me that there are pressures and dangers and even a sort of degradation that's so delightful that it seems ungrateful to resist. This scythe, a memory of my musician of the parking lot. This bird in flight, horror-struck, would be my mother. This daylily, which blooms and decays and is remembered, is Marion, who taught me with her death, instructed me with her going. On the palm of my left hand, a crucified Christ for Brother Shelton, who reached out a hand to save me and was repaid with pain. A rising sun for Alex, Charybda, Skyless, Jimmy and Cal. An orchid for, isn't that odd? I know her scent, but I can't recall her name. They have all marked me. Of course, you see that. May I advise you, please let them mark you. Because, you see, the best among us have had so many imprints left on them that it's like embroidery. And these people, life engraved, are drawn to each other and pass the time interpreting their signs. And those moments of sharing are the best of life. And this unraveling of hieroglyphs, personally, I call it love. Lasts only so long as there are marks to read. Then it's gone. Sometimes the unmarked are attracted to me. They stare briefly, fascinated, and a little frightened. And in the parking lots, I cut them. Make a small mark like this. And it is then their lives begin with a little pain. That is, if there's any understanding in them. Do you understand me? Yes, I think you do. Salud.